watch prom night, they'd save time. There's a formula to it. A very simple formula. Everybody's a suspect.
Oh, you want to play psycho killer? Can I be the helpless victim? Okay, let's see. No, please don't kill me, Mr. Ghostface. I want to be in the sequel.
What's up, everyone? Your boy Wes, aka Old Man Ghostface, here with another episode of Don't Kill Me, Mr. Ghostface. And tonight I have a special guest. She is an Instagram star. You laugh at that, but I'm not even kidding. And she is a lover of Ghostface and Scream and everything that I love. So let's just introduce her. Her name is Karlie. What is your tag? Tell me about your page and tell me all about your Instagram.
So it's let's watch a scary movie. I started my page because I was always so nervous to post my horror stuff. I didn't know there was like a community out there that like is so you can be free to express yourself and you have so many people that like support you and they want you to succeed. So it felt good when I first messaged you. I was like, I think I'm gonna make a page, but I just got so scared. And once I took the dive, I was like, I'm in love and I can talk to people about horror movies. Yes, I have my husband, I have my friends, but it's like a deeper, connection with other horror people because they understand.
Right.
And I connect with horror movies on a deep level. I am a huge movie buff. I always want to watch a scary movie. That's why I say let's watch a scary movie because that's me. I love romance, I love comedies, but if my friends are like, "What should we watch?" I'm like, "Let's watch a scary movie." That's just me. So, yeah, I'm collecting Ghostface goodies, Michael stuff, just things that I have a passion for and sharing it with everybody.
Well, good. That's perfect. That's the way you want it, and that's what Instagram's all about with the horror community. It's all about just doing what you want to do. And there's been times where it's gotten to the point where I'm like, why am I even on here anymore? Because sometimes it gets so materialistic, and it's if you're not posting something new every day with something new you just bought, it got kind of like people kind of look down on you. But then all of a sudden it just switched again to where now it's back to where it's like, oh, everybody's cool. We'll just post what we want to post and just kind of chilling out. And it's actually a lot better than it was. So I'm really excited that it's back finally.
Yes, I have noticed that though a few times, and I'm like, "Oh no." And then like you said, it kind of switches back and forth. It's weird how that works.
Yeah, it is. So I'm really glad that
Yeah.
it's kind of back to that, just kind of chill, do what you want type thing. And and that's why I started the whole page. Is that I started it, and then I got on and saw these people just sharing things they love. Now this is great, and it lasted for like a long time, and then it just got really, like I said, materialistic, and I was just like, this is not where I want to be. But glad it came back around. And I'm glad I came back around, and I'm back on now. So
I'm very glad you're back. I missed you. I was like, I miss seeing his post. And so I'm happy. I'm very happy you're back.
well, thank you. I say I took a little break for a while, kind of get my mental health and my horror aura back, I guess. So I'm not fully back yet. I'm still kind of working my way back into it, but I'm back sharing and liking posts and commenting everything. So I feel like I'm back in the community finally. So, um,
Yay.
but thank you very much, and you have been a big supporter, so I really do appreciate it. And to everyone that's messaged me or shared my stuff lately or just tried to encourage me, I really appreciate you guys, and I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you, honestly. So thank you, Karlie, especially for just always being there for me. So I really do appreciate
Oh, you're welcome.
it. So tonight, I'm just gonna get right into it because I have so much to say about this that it my heart hurts. It really hurts. So last year, or maybe a year and a half ago, they announced a new Scream movie, and of
Hmm.
course, I know you were the same way as me. I was really excited about it when we first were talking about it. But I don't know how about you felt about it after that. But for me, I was kind of nervous because of course, Wes Craven is no longer with us. God rest your soul, R.I.P. We love you, Wes. But I was really afraid that it wasn't going to be great, and I was like, oh, I'm so nervous. But I heard that the directors were decent, and that the writer, that Kevin Williamson was involved in the writing. I thought, okay, all right, we're cool. All right, this is going to be good. I'm just going to calm down and just watch the film and just go from there. And then
Mm-hmm.
as it went along, it started building up and building up and building up. I thought, okay, and now I'm getting more excited. And then I finally saw the poster or the stand up at the theater when I went to take my kids to see Spider Man, which is also a fantastic movie. Um, and then I got really excited. I was like, all right, I'm in. This is all right. I'm all go. Let's hit it. So I bought my tickets, and so I actually had some hope. Let's put it that way. But
Mm-hmm.
tell me about the year leading up to it, and then the weeks, and then maybe the days leading up to the movie. How did you feel? What were you thinking?
So when it was first announced, I like literally was just like screaming and excited. It was like this overwhelming feeling. And then it like hit me all of a sudden. I'm like, wait a minute. Like you just said, Wes, it's gonna be scary now because Wes Craven, like for some reason I had like this fog of like Wes Craven was still here with us. It was
Yeah,
really strange because I was like, oh no. Well, I got nervous. But then I was like, you know what, it's gonna be good because I try to like just see the good in things and I try, I'm like, you know what, I love Ghostface. I'm sure it's gonna be good. I just hope, a lot of the legacy characters, I hope, things are, that same vibe that Wes has given off in all the movies, of like family, like scares, comedy. I was just hoping all that, love and passion would be in the new one. And so it was a while and I was so excited waiting for the trailer. I thought you were crazy when you told me you weren't going to watch the trailer because I was like, I have to watch the trailer. I
I
have to
hate
watch it once.
trailers.
Yes. So
I just
man, when I seen that trailer, I was a little I was kind of, that's when I got nervous.
see. That's why I didn't watch it. That's exactly why I didn't watch
Yeah, I got a little on it. And I was like, man, I was like, I really hope this is going to be good.
it. Yeah.
And then, I didn't watch any other trailers because they came out with more, of course, and people
For
were
yeah.
sharing it. So I was trying to stay off the Instagram feed, like no other, because I was like, I don't want this to get ruined for me. So I only watched the first trailer. That was it.
Yeah.
And then the days leading up, well, of course, I went to the Scream 25th anniversary. They played the original Scream in theater.
Yes.
Obviously,
Yes.
that made me get even more pumped, but I was kind of pissed
Hmm.
off that they didn't do any kind of promo stuff. I'm like,
Yeah.
come
Well.
on.
Yeah. They like I said, they really had some options to really do that, and they really failed big time. And
They did.
that's another thing that really got me worried. I thought, okay, if they're not promoting the original coming out to promote this new one coming out, something's not right here. I just felt something's wrong. So
Yeah,
yeah,
I agree. And then it came down to the point of literally 2 days before, and I couldn't sleep. And it finally, and I was sad because I couldn't find one of those standees. So I just kind of, it wasn't at some of the theaters near me. I would have
right.
loved to win to take a picture with it. So came to
Yeah,
the
I'm
day
sorry.
of, and I know it's okay because I was like, that's my luck. And COVID ruined a lot. So,
Fuck you,
um,
COVID.
yeah, yeah, seriously. So, the day of, I was all freaking excited, all a big nervous, but like I told my husband, we have to be there an hour early. I have to be. I have to
An
be. I have to
hour?
be. Yes, we were there
Phew.
an hour early.
Damn. Well, I got there half an hour
Um,
early. So
yeah, so I was just super pumped, and there was no one really there.
yeah, same
And
with
I
mine.
even
I
went
haven't
the
met a few
next
people.
day. Yeah. So I was kind of like, what the heck's going on? Because Halloween Kills, they had freaking theaters packed. And I'm like, well, what's up with why is no one
It's
here at
because
Scream?
it's Michael Myers. All right. I'm gonna go off on a tangent for just a second.
Okay.
Okay. Mikey's fine. I'm not down to Mikey at all. Mikey's great, but he gets all the love from everyone, and Ghostface always has to just scrape and kick ass and just do as much as he can just to get noticed. And I'm like, guys, you're missing out on this great horror figure that is one of the greatest of all time, and you're putting it all on Michael Myers, which yeah, he was the quote unquote original slasher, which he really wasn't, but he the man for the
Yeah.
mainstream. But he gets all the love and all the attention and all the hype. And John Carpenter's great, and I'm not saying he's not, but like Wes Craven was great too, and so was Ghostface, so was Freddy, And I'm
Oh,
like,
hell yeah.
people just leave that alone. I'm like, all right, whatever. I'll just give them all the love then. You will too, so we're good. I'm sorry, I had to get that off my chest.
No, it's okay. And no, I agree. I freaking love Ghostface. I love Scream. I love Ghostface. You know, technically, it came Ghostface first in my life when I was young. So then it came
Well, how,
Michael.
how old are you?
I'm 27.
Wow. So yeah, you okay? So yeah, there's a big age difference between me and you. So yeah, it came out for me when I was in high school. The first one did. So you were how old
Man,
were
that's
you when the first one
amazing.
came out? 'Cause my math isn't working tonight. So how old were you when the
So
first one came out?
1994, I was obviously a newborn.
Yeah, yeah.
I
So God, you were
yeah,
wow. Okay.
yeah.
So yeah.
So I was young, yeah,
So
and
you weren't even allowed to watch it when it first came out then.
no, but I was able to watch it at 4 years old. And my mom literally like wanted to take me like after watching Ghostface, Scream, and watching Michael at 4 and 5, and like my mom got worried because I didn't watch Barbie shows. I stopped watching all my Teletubbies. She said all I wanted to do was watch horror movies, and it scared her. She took me to a
That's awesome.
psychologist because she wanted to make
What?
sure I didn't turn out to be a psycho growing up. She's like, "What kind of kid chooses horror and gore?" And it
A
freaked her out.
badass. A badass. That's
Yes,
who.
it was
That's
my
right.
dad.
Mm,
R.I.P. I love him, but yes,
yeah. I know how you feel. My dad passed away too. So yeah. R.I.P. to our dad.
yes.
But
Um,
so okay. So we both led up to the movie. So we're both sitting in the theater waiting for this to start. And so okay. So before I say anything else, let me just and I think you agree. The ghost face in this was really good. He looked great. He moved great. The only thing that they were missing in the film with Ghostface was the sudden head jerk. There was no head jerks
mhm.
in this movie that I can remember off the top of my head. Do you remember anything like that?
No,
Like a
no, I don't
yeah.
really remember a head jerk, and
And see,
I
that's a
don't
key
yeah.
point. That's a key point with Ghostface.
And see, I didn't really think he looked I liked the costume. I liked the mask. I like it. It's very haunting. But
Mm-hmm.
it does look like, and I don't want to be mean to say this, but it does look like a very tiny person is behind,
Yeah.
the mask. And I'm kind of
Yep.
like looking back at Billy Loomis and Stu Macher. They're so like, and like even Roman and even like Mrs. Loomis, like they all look
Yeah.
like full, like more to them, like they're more stronger.
Right.
I
Well,
Yeah.
I will say the reason that happened. The reason that happened is, and I don't know if you're aware of this or not. There was the same person played Ghostface in every single four of the first four films, so that's why he always looked ominous and big and agile and stuff like that. Of course, in this one, I don't think the original guy played him. I don't think. Don't quote me on that.
Hmm.
I'm not sure.
Interesting.
Yeah, so it wasn't Skeet Ulrich or Matthew Lillard in the costume. It was this one person that played him just throughout the four films.
Oh, you know what? I sounded like an idiot on that. Yeah, you're
No,
right.
no,
Oh my gosh. But
a lot of people don't know that, so don't feel bad. So yeah, but I figured that out probably 5 years ago, and I felt like an idiot. I was like, oh my god, but no, don't feel bad. It's not a known thing. So, but they did make. I mean, if it was the same person, that person shrunk or something. Because you're right, he did look less in
literally,
stature.
yes.
But
And I
so
real quick, and I also did
no,
not like
no.
how weak Ghostface was. Like this Ghostface was stumbling a
But see, he
pretty
looked
good bit.
strong to me though. So
Yeah.
I guess we're different because like I mean, he looked strong, but maybe it was just projecting that onto the ghost face. Maybe I don't
Yeah.
know. Maybe I need to watch it again because I've only seen it one time. You've seen it like
I
three
know
times, so
Ghostface is clumsy in some of the other movies, which is good, but I just felt like this was a lot of clumsy. And I've seen the movie 3 times now, and I just feel like I like
yes,
even the scene where Sam's pushing the table, clumsy, like just not.
yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know. We're gonna get more into
I
it, but
mean,
I'm just like, eh.
he was clumsy, or Ghostface was clumsy to a point to where the person that made him or her or whoever's behind the mask be clumsy was a good reason. But
Mhm.
like, because I remember the first one, the first time he was really clumsy was the point to where, um, I guess when he was about to stab Sydney and she trips him. But like if you watch closely, it's like he's off balance anyway, and then when she kicks him in the leg, that's what brings him down. So it's not like he's
Mhm.
clumsy; it's the fact he doesn't have good footing. And I guess you can call that clumsy,
Exactly.
I guess.
Yes.
But
Well,
yes,
yeah.
with this one, he just looks like he's just it's like a cartoon or something almost.
Almost. Yeah. I would kind of
almost.
say that, yeah. But he's
Yeah.
still Ghostface. He's still badass.
Right. Right.
We
Yeah.
agree on
Exactly.
that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
I don't want no one
Yeah.
thinking I still love Ghostface regardless, though. And you
Oh
do
yeah.
too.
Oh,
We all
totally.
do.
Totally. I'm never. Yeah. I have him tattooed all over my body. So yeah, I'm totally a Ghostface. Yeah. So anyway, so going back to the thing, so I watched the movie, and there were a few times where I'm like, oh, that kill was great, or oh, wow, that looks badass. They did that really well. At the end of the film, I thought, you know what, it wasn't that bad. It was actually pretty good. 7 out of 10. Pretty solid. Some problems with it, but
Hmm.
overall, it's not too bad. And I get home, and of course, I'm messaging all my friends on Instagram. Hey, I saw the movie. I thought it was pretty decent. Da, 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 da. Next 2 3 days after, I'm like, okay, this didn't add up. Okay, that didn't add up. Okay, this was wrong. Why did they
Hmm.
do this? Why did they do
I
that?
remember when I messaged you and you were like,
Uh
I thought it
huh.
was good. And I was like, oh. I was
Yeah.
like,
I just
okay.
and like I said, I'm such a huge fan that I think I just projected what I
Yes.
wanted to feel. Like I project a lot. I need to stop that. But I was really trying to make it work because I really wanted this film to be good. Like I really wanted it to be good. And when it wasn't, I think I was like, you know what? It's okay. I'll just forgive it all of the sins that I committed. And and let me put it this way: I know Jesus Christ, so I should not have done that because I was definitely in the wrong. Um, I'll say this, and I'll let you tell me your view from watching the movie till after it. This movie to me, let's just put it this way: I was going to give it a low score, but let me just tell you this: this does not rank as a Scream movie to me at all. This
Mm-mm.
ranks this ranks as a YouTube fan fiction that had some big names in it. That's what this was to me.
I have to agree, to be honest.
Mm.
It was
Hold on,
just
hold on. Before you say that, go back for a second. Tell me you're watching the movie, and then tell me your afterthoughts. Tell me all that first, and then go into that.
okay. So my afterthoughts were I was kind of I was disappointed. I was angry. Like
Mm.
you see, I think I sent you like a huge long message,
Uh huh.
and I was pissed because I was like, there was one bad acting in it, and I think we all
Hmm.
know. I think everybody. No offense to the actress that played Sam, like I just wasn't feeling it, especially the hospital scene. She ran crying to the cop,
Hmm.
and it just was so. No, it's not realistic, and
Yep.
uh,
Yep.
yeah, and I was pissed off with Dewey, and I know we're probably gonna jump into Dewey's scene, but oh, I was
Hmm.
livid. The way that there's no way that little girl took him down. I'm sorry.
And
I love that she's
he's a
yeah,
seasoned cop too. Like he's
yeah,
seasoned. He knows what he's doing.
yes. But I was pissed off. I was pissed off at that. I was, I love I love Tara. She's amazing. I don't like the kills. I felt like they could be more gruesome and more scary to me. Because Wes, he freaking literally like okay, freaking Casey Becker gutted from a tree. That is a very gory
Hmm.
scene.
That was one of the
I could
goriest scenes in any horror film ever.
yes, Tatum being I know it's I don't know how back then garages really worked if they had like that automatic stop, but her being freaking smashed into a garage door is literally wild. The principal
Mhm.
Hembry like screaming in agony. Scream 2, like I
And oh,
could,
and then the epic
yes.
Ghostface in the eyeball thing. I mean, that's just little things that Wes put in these films made them so good.
Yes, and even don't like in Scream 4, everybody hates Scream 4. I
I love
fucking love
Scream for it.
Scream 4.
I
Yes.
love it.
Same. He throws freaking Sydney's agent from a parking garage down onto like
Hmm.
this Ghostface was more behind the scenes and like I didn't like Wes's kill. Wes when he got stabbed in the neck, that really wasn't
It looked
anything.
fake. It looked
Even
fake as
Judy,
hell.
yes. Even Judy getting stabbed like that. I was like,
Like
wow,
she run,
cool.
like she runs up to the door or to her door, and he just steps out and stabs her. Like, oh, what? Like
Yeah,
that
and they
doesn't
just
happen.
fall. All the victims
Yeah.
just fell without fighting. And all the
Yeah.
other screams, they did put up a fight in my opinion. So that was
Hmm.
disappointing there.
Yep. Yep.
So much, man. I was livid.
I'm telling you, it's just there's so many things wrong with this film. I think the thing that gets me the most, though, here's the one that grinds my gears.
Mhm.
They turned Billy Loomis into an anti-hero. How the hell are you going to make a psychopath straight up killer into an anti-hero. Okay, so they make
Yeah.
Sam, and I'm of course spoiling the hell out of this. So if you've listened so far, you've been spoiled it. I'm going to put a spoiler warning on this too, so don't worry about it.
Yeah.
But just in case you're catching up later, but like they make Sam his daughter. That was okay. First of all, I didn't like that very much, but I thought, okay, if you're going to do that, let's make something out of that. Let's let's take that and use it and make her, maybe not the killer, but maybe make her like interact somehow with the, I don't know, use that in some form or fashion. I'm not a writer, so I'm not great at that, but like use it more than they did. All they made her do was look crazy with, talking to him, in the back seat of the car or in the mirror or whatever. And let me tell you, the CGI or whatever they did within the makeup looked terrible,
Yeah, he
absolutely
looks
horrible.
very different, very no, I wasn't feeling
Hmm.
the CGI
No,
was pretty bad.
no, they should
And
have used a ghost or something.
yeah, and going with the thing about Sam, did it bother you that no one was, like, shocked that, "Oh, hey, when I say Billy Loomis is my father," they're just kinda like, "Oh, okay, cool."
Well,
It's like, I don't get it. Like, you would think Dewey and them would be surprised. How did Sydney know? They didn't clarify that. Like,
yeah, well, okay, okay, so yeah, I was with you on that for a minute, but then I thought for a minute, and this is forgiving a sin that I shouldn't have done, but it makes sense to me that this is a very small town. Like they've even made that very clear in the film. It's a very small town,
true.
so maybe that's how it got out. But then again, they should have made, like you were, it should have been more of a shock when it came out. They should have been more of like, what the crap, oh my
Like,
god,
my jaw was dropped, and none of the characters on thing well, except for, like, oh my gosh, what's his name? Randy Meeks's, nephew, oh my gosh, see, I'm trying to remember all
yeah,
their names,
I
but
can't, yeah, I
he
can't think
was
of his
even
name.
kinda like, "Oh my god, Billy you're telling me Billy Loomis is your father?" I mean, he was somewhat surprised, but everybody else was kinda like, "Oh, cool," and I'm just, like, jaw dropped because I didn't expect that, for real.
Yo,
I was like, "Oh,
no,
wow,
well,
Billy has a daughter. Oh my god." Like, I'm
well,
shocked.
oh, exactly. No, you're right. And I was talking to a friend of mine today about this, about how much slander there was against Stu Macher as well.
Yeah.
And I didn't like that either. I doubt that was, and I won't ruin that for anybody if you want to watch it in the film. But like you'll notice that how, and I was hoping, they brought his house back. I mean, I was hoping they brought back someone for Billy. They should have brought back someone for Stu, some related person to somehow,
Yes!
or something,
Yes!
anything. But they
That
totally
was
just
one of my
squandered that.
complaints too. Who
Yep.
cares? And we'll put this as a spoiler review because no,
Right.
that's exactly what I was telling my husband. I was so mad. I was like, how are they gonna put someone not even related to Stu living in his house that is an iconic house and some little girl that's and I'm a fan, so a fan is gonna be in his house and then all of a sudden like get upset. Like she said, she all of a sudden got obsessed like
All of
when
a
they were
sudden.
talking about it. Yeah, like and we
Yeah.
moved into this house and I got so like into it. I'm like,
That
no,
was
like that's
weak. That was
yes, that was
weak
so
writing.
so such a weak motive.
I want to, and I'm mad at Kevin for letting that slide because I thought, okay, Kevin Williamson's involved. It'll be fine. He's a great writer. He's done Friday the 13th and worked on the Scream films. He's going to be great. He's going to be fine. But he let that slide, and that's what pisses me off is that he's the one that could have stopped all that, but he didn't, and that really, that fucking pisses me off so
And
bad.
didn't he actually not write part of it? I don't know. I hear so
I
many
mean, he,
things.
yeah, he had. I don't think he didn't because the writer of the script. I looked it up the other day, and it was. Hold on, I'll tell you really fast. Is it was someone of, and I was like, well, hey, well, he can't be that bad. So the writer, his name is James Vanderbilt, and he's written. Okay, so his other films are Zodiac, which is a great movie.
Mhm.
Independence Day. I mean, hello, Independence Day. Um, and then there was something else that he wrote that I was like, that's not. It was a pretty good. He wrote this. It was executive producer on Suspiria, but he was producing already now as well. So I don't know. I thought, how can it be that bad? But like, I don't know. I don't know what Kevin had, how much of a hand he had in it, but he did have a hand in the writing, and I'm really mad that he let that ride and let it just.
I feel like he did but didn't because okay, you know how I was so mad that like people are probably gonna hate me for saying this, but I
Who
was so
cares?
mad that I was like, literally, Kevin Williamson literally should just have went back into a camper for like 5 days, like he did when he
Seriously.
wrote Scream One, and I feel
Yes.
like this could have been a literal like
Hmm.
badass movie, like
I completely agree.
unexplainable.
I mean, okay, I understand the fact that they were trying to take a fresh look at this, and I appreciate that. and up until about, well, okay, up until the fact when I saw the film, I was not calling this Scream 5. I was calling it Scream because I was crossing my fingers, my toes, my hair, everything I can cross, that it was going to be a complete reboot, that it was going to
Hmm.
be all new. Like they were going to. And my hope for the film, here's my hope going into this. They were going to kill off the original three in the first 20 minutes and make it spectacular. Make it some big, long, elaborate kill scene where Ghostface just murders the fuck out of him and makes this huge deal. And it's like, and after that, he's like, all right, I'm going after some new blood here, until we do something brand spanking new. But no, they decided to rehash and fuck up, and I don't know what the fuck they were doing, but
Like,
they
if they
fucked this
were
shit
gonna
up.
go ahead and make this like a fandom, like the fans are upset and they're trying to get another movie made, they
That
should
was
have just honestly kept Gail, Dewey, and Sydney out of it because they were,
true.
well, Sydney was barely in it, and so was
Yes.
Gail Weathers.
Right.
I'm gonna
Right.
call them different names at different times, but
That's fine.
Dewey was the only one that was in it. For like only, I'm gonna only say like 10 minutes because he didn't even last long, and that was wrong. But
Yes. Yeah.
if you're gonna kill off the legacy characters, go ahead and do that. I agree with you. If you want to start something fresh, but don't sit there and barely have them in it and it just be so choppy. That was
Well,
my
like, yeah,
issue. It's just
yes,
so
yeah, no,
choppy.
no, you're right, you're exactly right. But at the same point, like the screen time was very low, but they were always looming on the horizon somewhere. Like they kept bringing their names up. They kept going, "Oh, we'll go see Dewey. We'll go, we'll do this, we'll do that." They were always hanging around in the background somewhere, so they were involved in the movie, but they weren't on screen. And then when they're on screen, they made an impact. But like I was like, this has been done. They did this in four. They did this in four. Why are you gonna do it again in five? But then they try to add more to it, and they didn't do it right at all. It totally fucked up.
They
But
should have did like example Dewey's kill scene. Like I think I was talking to you about this. They like Wes Craven every time he made the movies, and anytime Dewey got hurt, he would make it gut wrenching. He would make
mm,
Gail witness it. I feel
exactly,
like Gail should have witnessed. I feel like it should have been more. Of course, if you're gonna kill off a legacy character, I feel like it should have been more, and I feel like it should have been Gail and Sydney watching his death. That would have been
yes,
more
yeah,
like, I still cried like a damn baby when that
yeah.
happened,
Oh,
but
it was
still,
what
it
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 was.
would have been more of a I know Wes Craven would have made that more
Well,
than just a, yeah.
but it's like you were saying, like no one saw him kill him. No one. It
Mm-mm.
was just Ghostface and Dewey. That was it.
Actually, correction, Amber, but I'm not gonna let that go. I'm gonna let that
Well,
go. I'm gonna let that little shrimp go right now. No offense to
but
the
like
actual a real actress. Nothing against you. I'm just mad at the character.
yeah, yeah, yeah. She actually wasn't too bad, but she was in. Oh, here's another thing that pisses me off. She was the new Tatum, and she
Hmm.
did it well. She did it very well. But then at the very end of the film, I'm watching her come out as Ghostface. Spoiler alert! And I'm like, what the? I'm like, well, what? Like that? No, like no. That and the fact that they even said, Dewey even says, the love interest is always the first one to look at. He's like, what? I'm right here. And in the end, Dewey just said it. You should listen to him. Like that's that's too obvious. That's too obvious of a hey, here's the killer, and then at the end go, hey, yeah, I was the killer. That to me is shitty writing, honestly, in
I
my
would
opinion.
have rather them make Sam the killer, being an
Exactly.
easy. Yeah, if they were gonna do anything, they should have did Sam. Like, even though they shouldn't have been
Twist it
Sam,
around, or
but yeah, twist around, just make it Billy Loomis's daughter. That'd be more better, I feel, than making it
I
two random
agree,
fans that met on a sub form, or
or
it was
whatever.
messy. I was,
But
and I'm not gonna lie though, Amber was a little psycho, and I did love her character when she was like showing her psycho side,
yes, yes.
but
But see,
still,
but see, Tatum was the same
yeah,
way. Tatum was the same way. She was also kind of psycho,
exactly.
but of course
Tatum
she
was a
was
little
told.
psycho.
Yeah, but that's why they could have used that better in the movie and not made her the killer, but made her like I don't like a proponent of Ghostface, but not like in on it. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mhm.
I don't know. They used her too much.
They
And I know that's a
did.
weird thing to say, but like, and there's so many little things in this movie that just really pissed me off. That if they'd changed one little thing about it, it would have made it a lot better. Of course, the whole film, the premise, the motive was stupid, the premise was stupid, the way they got to the end was stupid. The ending was just, it was drawn out, which was fine, but don't draw it out into the fact that they're chasing everybody around, but they're standing around watching people burn, and like, it felt so messy, and I was just like, this is if you watch the first ending, it's so methodically thought out, like it's
Mhm.
so perfect, but like even 2, 3, and 4, like the endings were so well thought out. And this was just like it was almost like they got to the end of the movie and they go, oh, all right, I'm done writing. Let's just write something in there real fast. Okay, okay, they're all fans, they're fans and they just wanted the movie written. We'll just throw that in. All right, it's fine. Go, push it out. And I'm
Hmm.
like, that's terrible. Like that's, and it, and I know people have their own opinions, and I'm not saying you can't have your own opinion, and I respect that fact. But I see so many people going, I adore this movie. How do you adore this piece of trash? I mean, it's okay to like it, but how do you adore it? I don't understand how you just fall in love with this film. It blows my mind. It hurts. It
Yeah,
hurts.
I'm half and half. Like again, I'm mad at
But
it,
it's that's fine. That's
but
fine.
I am, I want them to do better. So I am trying to show that support. Maybe they do hear the people that are upset, that they don't just hear the glowing, like, oh, we love this movie so much. Hopefully they hear
I
people
hope
that
so.
are upset, and maybe if we support it enough, they can. I wonder if I know they're going to come out with another one. There's no way. Like,
God.
yeah, but I'm hoping it's definitely. I mean, I doubt it. I don't know. I just don't think Sam's the best choice, the actress per se,
Yeah.
because
I
it
mean,
was
she could
weak
get
a little bit
better,
for me. She could get
but but
better, yes.
but she even looked kind of like Sydney, which I thought was kind of cool, but not really. That's what got me. I was like, she looks kind of like Sydney, but not really. Like she was different, but kind of the same. And like, but the other, if her acting is a little bit better, I think she'd be fine. But like, she really has to step it up if she's
Yeah,
going to
and
be,
people are trying to say
Sydney.
because she has the mental, illness, like, that she takes those medicine that it can alter your mood, which I get that, but you
True.
can't excuse the acting. Like that's
Yes.
she needs to kind of put it off more. Like that scene of her telling Tara about Billy Loomis being her dad, I would have been like
God.
bawling my eyes out. You could tell she was building it up and she was trying so hard.
Yeah.
And
You're right.
then when she started crying, the tears just kind of fell down. And Tara, Jenna Ortega, I love her.
She was
She
good.
really was a fucking queen. I'm sorry. She
Well, she
was
was. She was good.
literally a queen. Her
Yeah.
acting, her crying, she made me cry.
Yeah, she's a
Um,
good actress. She's been in so many good things too. So I think just her experiences before have really set her up for this movie. And like I said, she was the bright spot in the film, honestly, for me.
yeah. I'd have to say that
So
too. Yeah. And I already knew Amber, by the way, real quick. I knew when Amber and was a killer, and I knew when Richie 100%. You can ask my husband. I'm not lying, y'all. I'm not just saying it.
I don't
But
think you're
right
lying at all.
when Amber turned on the damn lights or try to stop the party and clear everybody
Oh
out, I
yeah,
was like, killer. And then when Richie was Mr. Not knowing about the movies and too invested in researching, I really did was like that changed my whole perspective. I was like, I think he's a killer too. um that right there kind of gave it away
well,
because he was
it
too innocent.
I mean, it crossed my mind, but then I was like, but you know what turned me away from it? My thought exactly was, oh, that'd be poor writing.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. That'd be poor writing if they made them the killers. But or I guess I never really suspected Amber, but I did.
I
But
did when
with
she
Richie, I was
turned on
like,
my husband. I reached over, I was like, she's a killer. He's like, no,
I
she's
just,
not. I was like,
but
she
see,
is.
I thought that was just very clever of them to do that. Which would, like I said, if she had been just kind of a proponent of Ghostface or a proponent of the whole, killings or whatever, I think that would have been better than her actually being the killer. But I don't know. That's looking into it too much. But
Yeah, because if you look at it, like I'm thinking like, okay, your friend's coming to get in her inhaler. All she needs is in her inhaler and she can leave. And you're getting everybody out of the house. Like, why do you want everybody out? Like, why does the party stop
true,
that quick? I'm like,
true,
that don't
true.
make sense.
True, but nothing against Tara, but like, okay, Tara's been in the hospital and barely can walk, but yet she's gonna get out of the car and hobble into the party. That makes no sense.
Hmm.
That was poor writing too.
Oh yeah, no,
So
she should have been more. Okay, she got sliced and diced. Like, let's be honest, Tara did go through a lot.
no, she did.
Yeah, there was no reason for her to be as kind of strong at different point. Like you said, it's poor writing. She personally, if I was slit and stabbed and my freaking ankle was like smashed the way hers was, and I don't think I would really be even strong. I don't know. There's fight or flight mode if you really go deep into it, but agree with you.
I
It was a little poor on that part a few
I
times. I was like, huh.
I just had a great thing. Tell me what you think about this. Okay, so all right,
Hmm.
I'm rewriting the end of the film here. Okay, so Tara doesn't get out of the car. She's still very hurt, but she's still in the car. Um, I guess shit ensues inside. Whatever happens, Karlie or Tara. I'm sorry, Tara. Sounds like a great name here. Tara figures what's going on, so she goes. Like she's literally hobbling in, like just trying to get in the door. Realizes what's going on, but like all of a sudden is like, okay, what am I walking into here? And like
Hmm.
somehow they spin it to where she's the killer because she's mad about the fact that Sam was Billy's daughter, and she found
Hmm.
out before she even told her, and her finding out from Sam was just an act.
Oh.
Like that wasn't totally well thought out. Maybe the fact that she didn't know what was going on. Maybe she stays in the car on purpose, and then she waits for all the shit to kind of go up with the other killer, whoever it was going to be. She lets them do their thing, and then when she sees that everybody's kind of fucking going around like crazy, trying to figure out what's going on, she goes in acting like the hurt one, oh please help me, and she's a killer, and that'll actually be a better motive than what they had, in my opinion.
100%. You just made a really good. That was the bomb. I'm not gonna lie. That
Well,
would have
thank
been
you,
more shocking. My jaw would have dropped like every other Scream movie I watched when the killer
because
was revealed.
it's
Yes.
revenge,
And
like that would have
and it
been
was
cool.
weak when Amber came out of the house limping and Gail and
Yes, ugh,
Sydney are standing there and Gail gets
that
shot
was
within
horrible.
2 seconds. That was bad acting. You could tell she was faking it. If
Oh yeah,
Yeah, and that's why Gail's, yeah, no, it's fake. Then why not like literally have Sydney and Gail walk into the house or something? Why does it have to be immediately shoot Gail? Like, it
yeah.
was just, oh, I'm so mad how the legacy characters were treated in this. Like, it
Yes, I
wasn't.
agree. I
That's
agree.
my thing. Was that
No,
big?
you're
Oh,
right.
and then
You're
Dewey, poor
exactly right.
Dewey,
Yeah,
gets killed
there
by
was
a little French fry.
There's no way. There is zero way. And I'm okay. And I'm not saying before y'all can try to cancel me. I'm not saying that a girl cannot be Ghostface. I'm not saying we've had Miss Loomis pull it off before. What I'm saying is that you're right. A short little girl that has no muscle on her. You look at her. She's not muscular. She's not strong at all.
Yeah,
You can
she's
tell by looking at her.
beautiful and she's very slender.
And she's strong willed, but she's not strong physically. And you can't tell me that she is because you're just lying to yourself if you say that. So there's no way in hell she's going to overpower Dewey, which is, like I said, he's a seasoned cop. He's been through this 4 times already. He knows the MO. You know what I'm saying? Like, how is he just going to be fooled into, you know what I'm saying? Like, that makes no,
Yeah, I mean, I'm bigger than her, like
yeah,
being really honest, and I can barely take on my brothers. And my husband and I, not trying to be weird or anything, but we play fight, and I can barely take on him. So I'm just
yeah.
saying, I don't think logically in real life, if literally that actress and David Arquette, and I need to remember their names. I should know that, but it's okay because I'm still learning. But
Yeah, it's
I
fine.
feel like
It's
if
fine.
they did have like a square up in real life, she would be taken down. So like I feel
Yeah,
like Wes created that realism in these movies.
yes,
Is It
yes.
was more
Hmm.
realistic.
But and here's another thing too. People will say, "Oh, it was the Ghostface costume that caught him off guard." No, fuck that. He knew what he was getting into. He's fought Ghostface before, so he understands that oh, this is some dude, or this is someone that's so because I know the one that attacked he and Gail in the second one was not it was that was Mickey. So Mickey was a big dude. I mean,
Mickey,
he
yeah,
was.
he
So
was a.
yes,
Mm-hmm.
exactly. So Dewey knows that he has to fight strong and hard against this Ghostface because he's going to be someone that's going to be a formidable foe. But when he went at this Ghostface, he should have overpowered Amber easily. And we know it wasn't Richie because Richie was already in the hospital. So we know it wasn't Richie. So it has to be
Exactly.
Amber. So you
And then
right there,
she
you
was the one that
sold
rubbed
out.
it in Gail's face, saying, "I get to do you both," and I'm like, "Oh my god!" Now that was
Yeah.
kind of psycho. I love that
That
part.
was,
Like I
now
said, there's
see,
some things I still
there are
love,
bright
but I'm like,
spots. There are bright spots.
yeah,
I'll give you that. There was parts from the movie I was like, oh, that's really, and like, there was a few things like the whole, when Wes was at home, he was taking the shower, and they did the little psycho thing. I was like, that's fucking awesome. I love that. That was a good touch. So little things in this movie definitely got me. So I was like, okay, and I was really hoping that next scene, the next stab scene for Wes was gonna be better. But looking back, I'm like, that just looked fake as hell. I was like, that just no, just didn't do it for
yeah,
me.
like let the freaking killer be. Even this is gonna be crazy, but Randy's sister, Martha. Why
Yeah.
not just put it like I'd rather it
Well,
have been her? Because you
yeah,
know,
I see that. Again, she's also very weak and very like she was a
oh,
very
she is.
weak
I'm just
person.
saying,
She was
I'm
she was
giving
a
different
yeah.
examples, like
Oh
make it
no, you're
more of
right
a
though.
wow factor. Because I would have been, I feel like truly, even if it was Wes and Even Wes and Tara.
But
That
see,
would have
wait,
been
wait, wait.
shocking. The
Here,
sheriff's
here's
son,
Here it is. Here it is, though. You made a good point. Here it is. It could have literally been anybody in that cast. And you want to know why? The fact that they used the motive they used.
Yeah.
That's why it could have been anybody. And that's dumb. You have to kind of narrow it down. I know you figured it out at the end, but like you should have been able to narrow it down toward, in the middle of the movie too, to where who you thought it was. But literally for the motive to be there, it could have been anyone in that cast. It could have been literally anybody. It could have been Sydney. It could have been Dewey. It could have been anybody
It could
because of
have
the
been
motive
Dewey
they
easily
used.
because of how he's living.
Exactly.
Exactly. And I wouldn't be surprised if Dewey just snapped one day.
Yes, but with the motive they used and the fact that they wanted them to make a good movie, like I said, any one of those people could have been mad they made a horrible movie, thinking, okay, well you're cheating our legacy. Where the originals could have done that, then the new characters could have done that because they wanted a better. Like you said, what they used anyway was the fact they used people that were quote unquote fans that wanted a better film. So really, the motive was wide open for anyone to be Ghostface, which I understand. I get why they did that, but at the same point, that motive was just horrible. It's the worst motive I
It
think I've ever heard
was.
ever. It's worse than any Scooby Doo I've ever seen either. So
And honestly, Dewey, if Dewey was the killer, I would be more satisfied only because, I mean, let's be real. All the Ghostface usually die. The people that dress up as him. That would have been a
right,
good way to kill Dewey. Sadly, yeah.
hmm
Why? Like Gail and Sydney could have probably couldn't do it themselves. They're like, oh my god, our best friend, the love of my life is a killer.
yes,
But one of the other characters kill him right in front of them. That would even been
but like
mind blowing.
but think about this. Like so there's a fight at the end and
Uh-huh.
Ghostface is killed, and they unmask him and it's Dewey. Like
Yes, dang,
think about that. Think about the
yes.
unmasking. Think about that. I mean, the horror on Gail's face. I can't see that would have shook me to the core. I'm getting chills thinking about that right now. But
I
think
did
about that.
just too. I swear to God, you just
Seriously.
literally made dude. Oh my God, that would have
I
been the
mean,
best ending of a.
ugh.
That would have been goosebumps galore in the theater. I
Mhm.
probably would have been just looking at my husband's jaw drop.
That would
That
have been
was
like this movie's.
amazing.
I would have been probably my second favorite Scream movie if that had happened actually, because that would have been one of those things of like,
Oh
because
my
like
God, you're right. They
every
unmasked him and it's
film,
Dewey.
yeah, every film has their big jaw drop moment. Because the first one, of course, is the fact that Casey Becker gets killed in the first 10 minutes. You think she's gonna last the entire film? She doesn't. She lasts 10 minutes. Second one is the fact that it's Billy's mom that comes back as the killer, which is just crazy as hell, but it makes sense. Third one, you find out about the history of what's going on with the whole storyline with Sydney and her mom and everything goes back around. So that's a shocker. The fact you find out her entire story, which was that wasn't like an instant shocker, but it was like trying to put all this stuff together and figure out what's going on. Was at the end you're like, holy crap, like this is some big elaborate thing that no one could even figure out. And of course, four, you are shocked that
Four
it's
was
one of Sid's
fucking
relatives.
insane. Knowing it was her
Yeah,
cousin, that was
exactly.
insane.
And Cinemoto was very millennial for the fact that she's like, I want the glory, I want to be noticed, and that's and everyone and that tied into the times. At that time, YouTube was huge, and social media was on a bang, and everything
Yeah,
was going
people
on.
want to be influencers and just not have to work much besides just making videos or being a
Exactly,
star.
exactly. But
And in
this
this
one, the
movie, they
motive,
didn't even unmask. They were just out
no,
in the open. And that was
yep,
really disappointing because I love that taking off the mask. That was legendary.
exactly,
That's something West and probably Kevin Williamson created, or I'm not sure who, but
yep,
that made
whoever
it
it
worth
was,
it. Man, now
yes,
I'm mad because you're right. It would have been more powerful if Dewey was under the cost. Oh my
I'm
God, that would
telling
have
you.
been
like he was
crazy.
like he was working with. I'm trying to figure who he could be working with. Because it has to be two killers. It has to be. That's just the way Ghostface works. But I guess he wasn't really two in the third really. But I guess it's what it is what it is. But like I'm trying to think who he could be working with because he had to work with somebody because of the way the movie unfolded. But like I'll have to put my mind to it later on. But anyway, that would have been epic to see him unmasked and to be outed as this ghost face that no one saw coming. But people, of course, are going to be mad at that too. So, but
Well, and then also one thing that was also contraindicating I noticed in the film was when Sydney and Gail was in the car on the way to the party. You know how Gail's like, "Oh, if it wasn't for me, this all wouldn't have happened." And then Sydney was like, no, if it wasn't for Billy Loomis. I was like, wait a minute. No, because Roman said he was the one that introduced the ideas to.
Exactly.
So Sydney did, you know, I'm surprised that
Again,
Neff
writing,
Campbell
writing.
didn't notice that too in the writing. Be
Exactly.
like,
Yeah.
no, it was Roman that started all, not Billy. Yes, Billy was the one that carried out the actions in Schumacher, but Roman admitted he was the one that got it all fueled. He recorded all the home videos. Like, what?
Mhm.
I was so
See,
confused with that.
and see, you bring up a good point because okay, I love Nev Campbell. She's one of my favorite people on this
Oh yeah,
planet.
she's bae. She's
She
amazing.
is. But like that, when you just said that right there, I was like, you know what? She dropped the ball, and I think it's because she wanted a paycheck. And I say that as an opinion. That's not fact. That's an opinion.
Yeah, that's opinion.
So
That's
so so it makes me mad that she let that slide. But then again, she has the right to do what she wants because she's Sidney Prescott, so she can do whatever the fuck she wants. So I digress. Anyway,
oh my
so
god.
okay, so my friend today we were talking, and I want to read what she wrote to me because it makes so much sense. Um, and I'm not gonna say this is because she wanted me to keep her anonymous, which I respect that. But she's one of the smartest people I've ever met, and I'll just read what she says. So I'm reading from the start. So she
Uh-huh.
says, um, "So they really ripped off the first movie and just added some extra shit to make it semi-different." And I'm like, you know what? That's exactly what they did. That's a very simple way to put it. She went on to say, "Yeah, at first I was really interested in what happened. Seemed like they were trying to do something new, but paid some homage to the first film, and then it kept going and going, and I just hated it." Which I agree on that. Also, since they made a big deal out of the main character being Billy Loomis's daughter, it led me to believe like, oh yeah, then they made someone that's related to Stu would pop in. That's what we all thought. That's what I thought. That's what you thought.
Mm-hmm.
That would have been cool, but no. We just get the girl that lives in his house and some dude she met off the internet. That was the weakest shit ever. And I'm like, preach. I'm like,
Yeah.
preach, preach, preach all day. So then she says, this is the kicker for me too. She goes, also, I know Scream has always been meta, which that's what I love about Scream is the meta part. That's just it's
Mm-hmm.
always got me. I love it. That's why Scream is meta. So she's right about that. Said it's a fun part of the first movie, but they made generic fun at tropes and slasher movies, which made it that much more fun. This time they were direct about it, and it was just like, okay, you really don't need to name drops on the movies. So I guess they were making it so obvious the drops they were making and the innuendos and the to all the tropes that were going on. And I'm like, and she goes, okay, you need to stop now. Please stop this. It's just annoying. And I'm like, you know what? You're exactly right. Those are some things about the movie that I really hated. She pointed those out really very well. It's very well spoken, very well said, because I agree with everything she said. And that's why I give this film literally a 0 out of 10, because there's not enough in this movie for me to go, you know what, I'll give it a 1 or 2. No, they failed on almost every single point of this film. But I love Ghostface. Just saying.
Yeah, I agree 100% with a lot of that. That is
So,
very, very true.
so give me your wrap about the movie. Just give me like a little few statements on wrapping up what your thoughts are, and give me your score overall.
So my thing is, I I like we both agreed they could have done better. It could have been more put together. It could have been more like gut wrenching, like just more emotion and more care and more time behind it. Like I don't care if you have to take another 3 or 4 years to make the film right. Take the time you need. Um, which it's hard because even though I don't love the person representing Ghostface, like Amber and Richie, I still love Ghostface, like like him being like a what's it called? What am I trying to think?
An icon or a
Yeah,
legend?
it's an icon. Yes, a legend. Like I would always get scared if someone called me and his voice was up on the phone. Like that's what I love about
I
it. He's
know.
so like creepy and scary. You're like, oh fuck, now I'm definitely done. Like if Ghostface is calling me. So that's why I
Yeah.
went to see the movie 3 times. Is I just love Ghostface, and yes, I have a weakness for Sidney Prescott, Gale, the legacy characters, and I honestly went those 2 extra times because of Tara alone. That character, Jenna Ortega, she drew me in. The opening scene, I was pretty happy with. I feel like it
Yeah,
it
it
was
was
rocky,
good.
but it was still good.
Right.
Tara she was just amazing. Like, she made me feel like I couldn't breathe at certain points because, she has asthma. So, like, I'm like sitting there and I can feel her emotion. And that's what
Yes.
I loved.
Yep. You're right.
So
You're right.
she was the reason, her and just the idea of Ghostface. And yes, Dewey, oh my God, when they played his song, that
I
little tone
know.
they play.
Yes.
I love freaking Dewey. He's my heart and soul. He's more my, don't hate me, Neff Campbell or Courtney Cox, but David Dewey is my favorite out of them all. He always has been, because he just brings that
He's
comfort, that
lovable.
like yes, he
Yeah.
is. So I mainly went to see it for them. I am, I'm still going to support the movie, things like that. I am very upset. I'm still going to, buy it, watch it,
No,
only
I'm not.
because
I'm
of
not.
those reasons. Well, only because of those
No, I
reasons
know,
was
and it's fine.
them.
No, it's fine.
And
No, I'm not.
once,
I'm not down to anybody for that. But
no, yeah, and I'm gonna support it that way because I still love seeing, Nev and Courtney Cox and Dave Arquette working together. I love Jenna Ortega. I love the
and
idea of
Nev
Ghostface.
and Nev Campbell looked fucking phenomenal in this
She
film.
did. She's freaking
Holy
beautiful. She's so
shit!
naturally gorgeous.
I've met her twice in person, and I'm gonna tell you, it does. The screen doesn't make it look any better at all. She looks perfect all the time. Let's just put it that
She
way.
does.
But
And
she looks
I'm
phenomenal.
actually meeting her, real quick side. I'm meeting her and the Screamcast in April on my motherfucking
Sweet.
birthday.
That is
On
awesome.
my
I'm so
birthday.
happy for you. That is awesome. Where are you gonna go?
They're coming down finally to the south. They're coming to Dallas, the Texas Frightmare weekend. We'll
Oh
see though, because
yeah.
things can change, but I'm
True.
excited to meet them for the first time. I am meeting Skeet Ulrich. I'm gonna do Matthew Lillard. I'm gonna do Neff Campbell. I don't know if Courtney's coming.
She only comes to
I
the
know
she goes to Dragon Cons, but she doesn't come to regular horror cons, which
that's
sucks. But
weird.
I know.
Jamie Kennedy's coming, so I'm really
What
excited
about what
to
about
meet them.
what about your boy, David Arquette?
I don't think so. He's not
He's not
announced
gonna
there
be
yet.
there.
I don't
Okay.
know. They
Quick.
could change it, but I'm praying that he comes because if he does, I will literally just like give him the biggest hug in the world and
Oh,
cry.
you better. You better.
And I'm
So
gonna
he
get
quick.
on to him about the movie in
I'm
a
sure a lot
nice
of people
way.
will. So quick story. So when I met David Arquette at Horror Hunt, Indiana, this was like 3 years ago, I think.
Hmm.
I walk up. He looks great, by the way. I walk up to him. His first words to me, which to this day just made my entire life. He said, "Dude, that's a killer beard."
Oh, that is amazing.
And I'm
See,
like, I
yes.
wanted to hug him. I wanted to hug him, and I'm like, "Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate that." But like, it made my. I was with a friend, and she looked. She after we walked away, she looked at me. She goes, "You are smiling so big right now. It's fucking ridiculous." I'm like, "I know. I know. Oh my God,
Because
I
you
was freaking. I'm
popped
like,
out to him, and like that's something like you can always keep and know, like, hey man, I had
seriously."
David Arquette like compliment my beard. That's huge to me.
It was the best thing, and I mean, just he was the nicest guy ever. I'm gonna tell you, he was just very sweet and gave us a lot, and he was just one of those people you just want to be around. So, yeah,
I
props to
really
him.
hope he comes. I
I
really
hope he does
do.
too. My fingers are crossed for him.
It's still like I think there's still because at first it was only Skeet Ulrich and Matthew Lillard. At first Nev Campbell
Hmm.
wasn't even. Then they started announcing Nev and then Jamie
Good.
Kennedy. So hopefully, fingers crossed, my favorite one definitely does come,
I
and I
hope
can
so.
meet him. That's like a huge bucket list thing.
Yeah.
But yeah. So going back to the movie,
I'm sorry.
I definitely no, it's okay. I definitely feel like it could have been better, but I'm still going to support it. My rating, I would have to give it a 5 out of 10.
Not bad.
It's
Not bad.
because I'm half and half. Again, like I
Yeah.
love certain things and I fucking hate other things. But
Yeah.
there's at least it's a good scale because there's a lot of people that just really hate it and only a couple things they love. So the bad outweighs the good. But at least mine kind
Hmm.
of balances my frustrations and then my happiness.
True.
So I'm very happy about that.
Okay. Like I said,
Yeah,
it's all about
overall,
what you want, you know.
yeah. Oh, my favorite part of the movie that did give me goosebumps. There's one thing
Mm.
when the boyfriend of that girl he was outside taking a piss and then his car that's the Red Right Hand song that played. The way they
Yes,
did that was so haunting and it
it
literally
was
gave me
good.
freaking goosebumps. And that was another thing I was mad at. They just did one stab kill and that was it. I'm like, what the? I'm
Yeah.
like, what is this? So again, one thing I did not like is everybody just kind of fell after they were stabbed. They didn't try to fight, in my opinion.
Yeah,
Jude, I
yeah.
would say Deputy Judy did. Wes, yeah, I don't
He
know. I
tried.
just feel
He
like it was all
tried,
weak.
but like as soon as I saw that shot of him against the door and the knife right there, I was like, he's gonna get stabbed. Like, there's no doubt in my mind, and he did. And I'm like, see, they telegraphed it way too much. They should have made it a little more like, was he gonna get stabbed? What's gonna happen next? But I knew I was like,
They
yeah, he's
should
gonna go right to
have
his
had him
neck.
sliced and diced in the shower, like literally. Okay, you
Doing the
know
whole
Jodi
psycho thing.
Arias,
Yep.
right? You know Jodi
Hmm.
Arias. She like
Yep.
literally slant. I watched the movie on. Side note, I watched the movie on Lifetime. Fucking
Hmm.
amazing. But it made me cry tears because I am a person. I'm an empath. So even though
Yes,
it's
me too.
acting, I feel what that person's feeling. So when
Yep.
she was cutting up Travis, and it was just the acting, I started
It was.
crying because it
Yeah.
was brutal. So they could have,
Yeah.
I didn't have nothing to really draw me in and get me emotional or too upset. And with only Dewey though, only Dewey. Um,
Like you bring up a good point. The fact of like they should have cut him up in the shower, but like because like I said, I love the Psycho reference, but like Psycho is a huge deal in the Scream universe because first of all, he even references with the they'll go a little mad sometimes, but it's also it was a boy that was so in love with his mother, that was just all about the fact of like she left and it's devastating. I'm going crazy here and I'm gonna have to kill your mom and like it was all built on the whole Psycho premise. So to
mhm.
to show the shower, I was like, oh, he's gonna get stabbed in the shower, and then they just do that at the door. I'm like, all right, that was a letdown. It's like, yeah, I get it. They should have done more with that scene or made it a little better. I know they were trying to draw it out. I get that, but they should. If you're gonna do a quick kill like that, quick kill him in the shower to do the Psycho thing.
Yeah, like let Judy come home at that moment
Find
and
him
find him, and then let her run away and try to fight off Ghostface.
exactly because
That
she's a
would have
cop
been more
too.
sense.
She's a,
Exactly. And that's
so
her
she's been
baby. She
trained.
was emotional.
Yes, exactly. But hey, let's just drive home and jump out and run to the door and get stabbed.
Yeah, and then let my son just get stabbed real quick in the neck, and then that's it. Like,
Yeah, yeah. So yeah,
ugh.
no. It's just it is those little things are just frustrating the fuck out of me. So yeah, I'm gonna watch it again. I am. I'm not gonna support it. I will definitely be. I'll put my patch on to watch this film. I'm not gonna say for
I
what
will
reason, but
only support it if there's a T-shirt with Ghostface on it, and maybe, like I said, the like Neff Campbell, Courtney Cox or Dewey, or even like I said, Jenna Ortega. If there's a shirt with them and Ghostface, I'm fine. But if it's no offense to the other cast, if it's other cast, I'm not really gonna want to wear the shirt too much.
so
Because
I'm
uh
sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead. No, go ahead. Go ahead.
no, and that's why like the popcorn buckets, I tracked them down because it has freaking Ghostface on it. So that's one thing I was really excited to buy was because it
That
just
is
has
cool.
Ghostface. So I am more for it if it's the people that I truly feel did a good job and the icon that is Ghostface is, the big star. So
Right.
that's the only way I'm
And
supporting it.
you said that you said with if there's Ghostface on it. I think I'm gonna. So I was gonna take the picture from the poster of Ghostface. That everyone sees. It's just his face with a knife.
Hmm.
You know what I'm talking about? So I did it. I did a reverse shot of that with my. I did it with myself and just remade it, but did it the opposite side, looking at a different angle, and it kind of looks at the whole Scream Five vibe. I might put that on a T-shirt,
You
and
should
then
because if
and
that's
then
the one that's your Instagram like picture
yes,
profile,
yes, hmm
I that literally looks just like it, and it looks like you have the exact mask. Like that is a very good picture you did. I'm not gonna
yeah.
lie, I'm jealous.
It's my best one. It's my best post. It's my best photo I've ever done. So, but I think I'm gonna do that and then do like the Scream with like they did it with the five and then like this like the
And see,
Hustlers the
I would
five.
wear that because it's
Yes.
Ghostface, and
Yep.
anything Ghostface related, any of the legacy characters, and I'm gonna include Jenna. I love her. She's my heart and soul already. I love that girl. She did so
Yeah.
good. I'm so impressed with her.
Yeah.
You know,
It's great.
I just hope they make this. I know they're gonna have to make a next movie. It's just there's no questions answered.
I don't know. I don't
There's
know.
really none. There's a lot of
I don't know.
spectating.
I don't know. I just I haven't. I don't know. I don't know. We'll
I
just
have
if
a
they
bad
make it,
feeling. I
if
I
they make it, they
do
make it.
now.
I know, but if they make it, they make it. I'm not going to worry about it. I just it's gonna be. I mean, I'll watch it, of course, because it's a Scream film. But like,
Oh,
I
and then
just
real quick side note. What the
yeah.
one part in the hospital, see, I'm thinking about things now that come off the top of my head. The part in the
Mhm,
hospital where
mhm.
Sam gets a phone call, how does that like make sense? She in real life, like you kind of would have heard Ghostface right behind that effing door. Like
Yeah, another
I'm like,
thing.
what the
Poor
fuck?
writing.
At least
Poor
like,
writing.
Scream 2, like and whenever Ghostface did come out of nowhere, at least it was behind a door where it was like a closet, like it would probably be really hard to hear him.
Right. And so
But
like and,
yeah.
and like another thing in the first one when Sydney's talking to the killer, you notice how he doesn't say anything when she's going out to the front door. And then
Mhm.
when she's outside, he's talking to her, and then he didn't say anything else until, of course, she closes the door and he pops out of the closet because that was on purpose for her not to hear him in the closet. So like
Wait,
that's
and
good
that's true
writing.
too because they did that with Cece in Scream 2. Like he
Yes,
actually didn't until she answered the phone. Oh my god, I'm an idiot. I thought
exactly.
like they answered the phone. He said, "Okay, ignore me because I'm like brain
No, you're
fried."
fine.
But
No, you're fine. No,
but
you're
that's
fine.
true. Like, how does she would have realistically heard him behind that door
True,
right there? That was
true,
too. I was like, is this a dream? Because I was like,
true.
was that fake?
Yeah, but the TV was up too, so you have to remember there was noise in the house too. So and that right there is good writing to me is the fact that they made it to where oh you would have heard it, but no, wait a minute, there's noise in the house otherwise, so you may have thought that was just the TV talking,
Exactly.
or you know what I'm
So
saying. But this third, like you said, it was a quiet hospital.
and
Bad
then
writing.
how did Richie get back so quickly? Because they said basically they pointed as Richie being the one that was Richie then, right? Because if Amber was being questioned at the police station, because Judy
Right,
does confirm that, then
right.
okay, how does Richie go from watching literally Netflix or whatever and then going straight to that and then going back? I just feel like it was very,
Yeah,
yeah.
it
See,
was
that's what I'm
very
saying. It didn't
Scooby
poor writing,
Doo
very
esque.
poor
Yeah,
writing. You're right.
very
That's the best way to say
horrible.
it.
So yeah, so there you go. So I can share this movie another asshole. I think it has enough already. Um,
Yeah, we'll
you
stop
know,
making people sad. But again,
that's
I
it.
say 5 out of 10. I still love it, but hate it. There's things I love and I hate, and I'm at least my scale is even. I support your opinion. I support everybody's opinion. I'm not
Right, me
against
too. Me too.
anything, and you're not. You've been really cool. Like you did make me laugh when you called my photo saying, "How did you put yourself through this torture?" And I was like, "It was for freaking this reason." Jeez, and I was like, "Man."
Oh
But
god,
I did have
I
someone
can help
really
it.
mean message me, and they said, "You are so." They called me fake. They said, "How are you gonna say you love it but hate it?" And I'm like, "Because it's true. I love it on some things, and I hate it on a lot of like." I try
People
explaining to
like
them
that
it's
need
like
to
a
shut up.
scale. It's like a pro and a con. Like it
Yeah,
evens itself out in a decent way. And they're like,
yeah.
yeah,
Don't
people are
even.
just very judgmental, and I just
Well,
block
don't worry
them.
about that. Yeah, don't worry about that. That's
Yeah,
all
I'm
people
just
that
like,
just don't have it. Like I said, I don't personally see how people like this film like love it. Like it's like
yeah,
I understand how people love it and hate it like you do, but I don't understand it. But I'm not going to tell them they're wrong. That's their opinion.
exactly.
That's what
Yeah,
they like. That's totally fine. I don't see it, but I'm not going to tell you that you're wrong or that you're not a real Scream fan. No, fuck that. You're a Scream fan because you're a Scream fan. Whatever you like about it is what you like about it. I just don't see how it's that good. But like I said, that's just my
yeah.
opinion. That's the way I
No,
hold
yeah,
everything
and it's not
regarded.
the best that there is. I still my rankings. It's kind of funny the rankings of the movies. They literally are in order. Like Scream
Right.
One,
Yeah.
Scream Two, Scream
Oh,
Three, Scream
definitely.
4. 100%. There's no. That's been my ranking. It'll always be my ranking because
Hmm.
and Scream 5. Yes, it's the last one, and I just it breaks my heart because I wish Wes was there, and I wish
Yeah.
he. I feel like it would have been very different outcome.
Oh my
Huge,
God.
hugely a different outcome.
I would
And
have
it
been
doesn't help
worried.
when
I
a
would
bunch
have.
of people that are younger that haven't seen the movies, the originals, and they're just not
Yeah.
watching them, they don't understand. I think that's a lot of
They
the
don't
other
get
part
it.
of the fan base is that they don't understand, like us growing up with it, how it affects us. And
This movie, and people will argue this with me till they're blue in the face, and fight me on this too because you'll lose because I'm right. I know I'm right on this. Scream literally kickstarted the horror genre again in the mid '90s.
hmm
It was there. It was there. Not saying it wasn't. It was there. There were films that did okay, but no movie in the '90s did what Scream did.
mm-mm.
The '80s was ruled by horror. We know that, but at the first of the '90s, it just started dying off. And even I thought I was young at the time, and my dad was my horror outlet. He would show me all my horror films. Even he said, "Man, there's nothing good out anymore." I'm like, "Yeah, I know." And when I saw the trailer for Scream, I watched the trailer back then because I was young and dumb. But so I watched it then, and I was like, "Holy shit!" Like the trailer blew me away. Like I was sitting there with my jaw on
Yeah.
the floor watching this and going, "Holy fuck!" I mean, okay, listen, this is how geeky I am.
Mhm.
The movie hadn't even come out yet. I made a website on GeoCities. Everyone remembers GeoCities from Yahoo? You remember this definitely, but people my age will know this. GeoCities.com/I love Scream. That was my my web address for that website. The first picture you saw was Casey Baker hanging from the tree. There was lightning behind it. I'm telling you, the whole thing was fucking amazing. Wish I could find it again, but I think it's in the Ethernet somewhere. That's how much it kickstarted my love for horror again. That's how much it saved the horror genre. And again, fight me if you think I'm wrong because you're going to lose. Because name one movie that did what Scream did, and you can't because it doesn't exist. So there you go.
Mm-mm. No, it's
But
the truth.
yeah, it is. And if like I said, people will try to fight me on that. I'm like, all right, what movie? What movie then? What movie saved horror in the '90s? Tell me. And they can't because there's another movie that did it. So, but
No.
if you watch after Scream came out though, bam, bam, bam. We had I Know What You Did Last Summer, and
That's
what was
another one of my
you know?
favorites. My third
Oh, I love
favorite
it.
is,
I
oh
wish
my
they'd reboot
God.
that. I wish they'd either reboot that or continue it somehow. I don't know because they would be. Oh no, they're coming with a TV show, aren't they? Or did they
They
already?
did, it failed, and I didn't even watch it. I
Oh,
can't support things like that because I watched
that
the
sucks.
trailer for it, and I was like,
Was it
oh no.
horrible?
You could just
Yeah.
tell they have fucking honey dripping from the poster of the people in the, like, trying to make it look like
What?
water. I think literally, if you go look at the poster for the Scream, the I not Scream, I always know, I know what you did last summer.
Yeah.
The promo photo, it's literally like honey. It looks like honey, and I think it is. I think someone did say, yeah, that is honey. Oh my God. Um,
Was
I
this a Candyman or
I
something?
I don't know. I don't want them to reboot it unless they take away all the original characters and they just make literally a Hook Man. That would be good. But
Yes, that would be cool as hell. You're right. That
I
would be
don't
really
want them
cool
to ruin literally Julie and Ray and all that,
because they
because I feel
would.
like
Because
it
they
would be
would. They would definitely.
yes, because a lot
They
of
would
things they're
definitely.
trying to change. And but
Yep.
no, I love
Yep.
I know you did last time. I have a but actually, I need to start showing off my stuff with that. I have a lot of stuff on that. I just don't
There
talk
you go.
about it as much, which is weird.
Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it to it. Do it to it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think you know all our thoughts on Scream 5, which it is Scream 5. It's no longer Scream to me.
Yes.
It is Scream 5. I was hoping for a
It'll
whole
never be
reboot.
Scream to me. It definitely is Scream 5 in my opinion,
But
though.
like, but like film. Okay, so they tried to continue on a franchise. It's been done right twice so far. Can
Hmm.
you name the two that have done right so far? Can you name those two that you think I'm going to name?
Halloween. That I
There's
know
one.
you. Yes, I was about to say, don't
There's
even
one.
come for my Michael.
Yeah.
Um,
What's the other one? There's one
oh
that
my
did it
God.
so perfectly too.
Oh, it
Well,
did
okay,
good.
all
It
right,
did
okay,
good
okay,
on
okay,
They
okay,
did do
okay,
good on that.
okay. Three. I'm sorry. Okay, three. There's three of it. Okay, I completely forgot about it. I'm sorry. So,
Hold
all
on,
right, what's
I
the
know.
what's the third one? And this one did it so well though. Like it was a great continuation of the story
Oh
by
my
a
word.
phenomenal director.
Ah,
And
ah,
I
hold on. When like you ask someone like it's on the tip of their
I just
tongue.
said it too. I just said it too. I just said the name of the movie.
You did?
A few minutes ago.
Shit. Say it, cause now I'm all fucked up. I'm not gonna lie.
Candyman.
Candyman. Okay, I didn't see that one yet.
Oh my
I'm
God.
scared I'm gonna be disappointed. I'm
No,
too
no,
nervous. Oh, it's
please,
good.
please, please, please watch that film. It is so. Jordan Peele is a fucking genius. I'm telling
Okay,
you,
I'm gonna
he
watch it.
did such a good job. That's exactly what they should have done with Scream, but they fucked it up.
And Urban
So
Legends is. I wish they would reboot that. That would be so good.
definitely,
Urban
the
Legends is fucking awesome.
the second one of that wasn't that great. Was there a third
No,
one?
the first one was just so good because especially
Oh,
the
the third
scene
one
with
was
the
Bloody
car
Mary.
with
Yeah,
yeah. Oh, yeah, that one was yeah.
it was terrible.
I
Yeah.
wish they would kind of reboot those. But I'm gonna have to watch Candyman because
Oh,
the
so good.
trailer, you gotta admit, does kind of make the trailer does kind of make it look like it'd be weak a little bit.
It does, but it did on purpose because they were reeling you in. Because I thought the same thing too. Because I watched like the first like couple of like 30 seconds of it. And I thought, oh God.
Okay,
And I watched it.
now I'm gonna watch it. And I'm gonna have to like we're gonna
Damn.
literally if I could like one day I don't know if you need to cut this out, but one day you and I probably just need to like start a podcast because I feel like oh man, this was awesome
I mean,
because I
seriously,
need to go
I'm
watch
down.
freaking the movie now
Do it
and
seriously.
compare it.
And watch it and then let me know what you think about it. Post about it or something because I got to know what you think. Because I'm hoping they come up with the steel books. I'm definitely buying the steel book if they come up with it. So because it is.
Okay.
I'm not gonna say a word. I'm just gonna say it is spot fucking on. So,
Okay, now I'm
yep.
excited. Now I gotta tell my husband, hey, tomorrow night is Candyman. We're gonna watch it.
Hell yeah! I'm so excited for you to watch it too. So good. Oh, so good.
All right. Well, oh my God, so much fun. This is
I know.
awesome.
This has been fun, really. And I know I came out as a downer. I know left as a downer, but this has been fun. I
No,
really enjoyed.
people should be able to speak their opinion without being slandered for it. I mean, I
True,
don't
true,
care. You know what? I do the Instagram thing. Yes, I love it and I want to influence people like with my horror collections. Obviously, we all want to
true,
have a
true.
following, but I'm going to be this is my term. If you're not financing me, feeding me, or something else I'm not going to say because I don't want to be bad, but if you're not doing that, then you're irrelevant. You can say your opinion, I'll talk with you, but I'm not going to let you affect me. If you only affect me if you're affecting some of those things there, you know what I mean?
True, true.
So you can't I try to keep Instagram at like where it doesn't get me down, because I've already had so many people I've had to block. And you came in and you invited me too, and we both have our agrees and disagrees, and that's what makes it
True.
special, is when two people can just talk without fighting each other. And I feel like that's how
Yes.
it should be. And
Exactly. Be adults about it and discuss. Don't argue and don't throw slander or whatever. Just discuss. And
because
if
I
that's
also
something,
learned something from you. I didn't know in the first four Screams that there was the same guy acting Scream. I didn't know that.
yeah,
And
yeah.
you
Let's say
know,
it's dimension to find. There's so many things you learn about Scream 2. Go online and just read about it because there's so much stuff that happens that you get like, oh, that makes a lot of sense now. It's eye opening. I'm telling you. And actually, we did on it's a horror podcast, my old podcast. We did a whole show on Scream. We had counted down the four and told some stuff about it. Listen to that. That lays everything out for you. So,
okay, I'm gonna do
but
that.
that
All
podcast is
right.
dead. So that's kind of sad. But I'm actually trying to start another podcast up
Well,
with my other
that's
friend.
why you reborn another podcast. You know how many podcasts of mine I start and I don't finish because I let my you can ask my best friend. I have some. I deleted the episodes off iTunes, but I've had a lot of people actually reach out to me saying, "Why'd you stop?" But I just get in my head on
Oh,
my
trust me.
voice, what I talk about, and that's what I told my friend. Like, we wanted to do a crime thing. I wanted to do all horror, everything. 'Cause I love horror, but she doesn't. If she listens to this episode, I love you, Kayla. But she doesn't relate on a deep level like that. So it's hard to talk about these movies and compare, and she doesn't understand. And then we want to be ourselves, like our authentic, goofy ass selves. And sometimes we can't do that because we work in professional fields. And yes, I can get
True.
fired for stuff. So, that's why I'm saying you are revamping your podcast, and that's what's special. And one day for our new one, her and I can literally be amazing and thrive, because I will feel
I want
safe
to be on that
knowing
podcast too.
you need to be. I gotta let those. I'm gonna let those episodes, because a couple of my family members were upset because they were laughing so hard. It was called what who can relate with Karlie and Kayla, like who can relate as two best friends, because I'm sometimes fucking ditzy, and
I mean, we all
I'm
are.
like really fun and I'm crazy. And she's like, so it was a perfect thing, but we ran out of ideas to talk about because we can't say certain things.
Oh, there's
And
well, yeah, yeah. I'm about to say there's definitely you pigeonhole yourself, and that gets tough because you want to say what you want to say, but there you go. All right.
well,
Well,
you have a good night's sleep.
you too. I hope that everyone enjoys this podcast. Hope everyone enjoys this episode. Hope if you enjoy Scream, that's totally fine. I don't understand you, but if you want to hit me up in my DMs and tell me how I'm wrong or why you liked it, please do because I'm always up for a discussion, especially
Me
about
too.
Scream.
And
Yes,
if I
and
don't
both of
message
us
back
are.
right away, it's just because I'm busy.
Yes,
So,
yeah, about to say, yeah, don't. If I don't message back right away, please don't take it as I'm throwing you off. I just have a lot going on right now, and
I'm in
just
a
be
lot of
patient with
group
me.
chats as well, and I can't keep up, and I'm about to like
I
just
don't do
kick
those.
out of them
See,
all.
I don't do those because I can keep up. I'm like, forget. I just yeah. So
Yeah. But all right. Well, it was fun. I can't wait to hear the episode.
let's say
And
yes. I'm
yay.
excited. I'm very excited about this. So so real quick, all right, what's your Instagram again?
Let's watch a scary movie.
There you go. And of course, mine is Old Man Ghostface. And I know my business has kind of died down a little bit, but if you still want a VHS stack shirt, I'm still offering those. It's old ghosty stack shirts on
I need to
Instagram,
get
so
one
check
made.
that out. Hell yeah, I'm up for it. Let me
I
know when
really
you're ready.
do actually. I need a good
Seriously,
stack shirt made. I'm gonna
seriously.
hit you up in the next few days when I get paid.
There you go. Perfect. Well, yeah. So just if you're interested in that, hit me up. Let me know. Hopefully, I'm gonna get this other. I think we're gonna do like a YouTube show. I think my friend Horror Savvy. I think if you guys know him, so we're gonna get something going together. Hopefully soon. God, it's been months since we've even talked about it, but hopefully we can get that going. But anyway, thank you for tuning in, Carly. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much for joining me. I really had a good time on this, and yeah, hopefully we'll see you on the next episode, guys. Just you know what, love each other, be kind to each other, fuck COVID, and wear a
Yeah.
mask. Mask up, baby. If you
Yes,
have to wear a Ghostface mask, wear a Ghostface mask. So.
exactly. Thank you
All
so
right,
much.
you're very welcome. All right, we'll see you guys next time. Peace.
Like scary movies.
Uh-huh.
What's your favorite scary movie? You have to have a favorite.
Listen, asshole!
No, you listen, you little bitch. You hang up on me again, I'll cut you like a fish, understand?
Cut, Casper. That's a wrap.